I carried heat across the years, the kind that doesn't fade with time. A quiet burn beneath the ribs, a pulse that never stays in line. The world tried hard to bend my spine, to break the ground beneath my feet. But even when the flames grew wild, I never let myself retreat. I learned that men are shaped by storms, not by the voices that condemn. And every fall I lived through once became the fire that forged me there. So here I stand, through rise and crawl, the man rebuilt by fire and fall. The nights were sharp, the wind was raw, the sky was heavy with regret. But I kept walking through the dark, with every wound I hadn't met. Some lessons come with quiet tears, some truths arrive with broken breath. But still I rose from every depth, refusing shadows, refusing death. A hardened will, a steady heart, that's what the burning left behind. A sense that even shattered dreams can still be gathered, still refined. In every scar I find my call, the story told by fire and fall. The fire and the fall made me. They carved my skin, they set me free. I faced the smoke, I faced the wall. I stood back up through fire and fall. No weight can crush, no flame can claim the man who rises from the same. Through storms that break, in nights that stall, I learned my strength in fire and fall. There were days the world felt hollow, nights that pressed too hard to bear. But still I breathe, still I move, still I found power in the air. For men are tempered like old steel, by heat, by loss, by silent grit. And every time I hit the ground I rose more focused, more legit. The blaze inside no longer hurts, it fuels the steps I take ahead. A flame that lights the darker road, a fire no fear could ever spread. No longer broken, never small, I owe that to the fire and fall. Let ashes speak, let silence teach. For strength is born where flames can't reach. What tries to break and build us all, the quiet truth. The fire and fall, the fire and the fall remain a part of me, but not my chains. I've turned my wounds into my call. I rise again through fire and fall. A solid heart, a standing wall, a memory made by fire and fall. To fall. I walked through nights that carried more than any man should hold, breathing in the weight of moments, forging fire and cold. The world was dim, the sky was torn, The wind was running wild, but even then I kept my ground like something hard and something styled. I learned that strength is not the roar a broken heart creates, but the quiet way a man stands firm when nothing else relates. And through the haze of every wrong, I found the place where smoke belongs. I've tasted battles fought in silence when the soul was wearing thin. I've watched those shadows rise again to test the steel within. But heat can't claim what's forged in depth, and fear can't dim the brave. For every scar upon my chest is proof of what I chose to save. I kept the fire from turning me into a colder man. I shaped the pain into a truth no flame could ever ban. The past may twist, the nights prolong, but I know now where smoke belongs. Where smoke belongs is far behind, and winds that fade and thoughts unlined. It drifts away from what is strong. It cannot stay where I belong. I rise through ash, through dust, through strain. A man rebuilt from loss and fame. No weight remains, no heavy wrong. I stand beyond where smoke belongs. I've seen old fears disguise themselves as storms inside the chest, but even storms will lose their voice when truth outlasts the rest. I walk through ruins shaped by dreams that never learned to stay. Yet in the ruins I found gold the fire couldn't take away. A stubborn hope, a steady will, a heart that won't withdraw. The quiet kind of power that the hardest nights enforce. I carry it through dusk and dawn, a burning calm where smoke belongs. Not every flame is meant to guide. Some only burn to clear the sight. And once they fade, the soul grows strong. For men like me, nowhere smoke belongs. Where smoke belongs, I won't remain. I walk ahead untouched by blame. No fire now, no past too long. I rise above where smoke belongs. Through broken hours, through shifting dawn, my heart stays solid, steady, drawn to brighter path, to something strong. A life beyond where smoke belongs. Where smoke belongs. Touched by blame, no fire now, no past too long. I rise above where smoke. There's a fire in the distance calling out my name. A slow and burning echo that never ends the same. I've stood in heat that tried to break the bones I've earned. I've watched the world go quiet while everything around me burned. But even when the blaze rose high and shadows lost their shape, I found a truth beneath the smoke that nothing could escape. No matter how the fire grows or how the light may fade, there's iron underneath the flame, a strength the fire never made. I walked through nights that bled with doubt, through hours forced to wear me out. But in the sparks that tried to claim my soul, stay still, I am beneath flame. Oh. I felt the heat of choices carved into my chest, the weight of every moment where I couldn't find my rest. Still I learned the way that burning makes a man reveal the part of him that doesn't break, the part that stands as steel. The world can turn to ember, the sky can fall to dust, but something in me stays alive beyond the fear I trust. I've held my breath through storms that swore to tear apart what came before, yet through it all I stayed the same, unshaken ground, iron beneath flame. Not untouched, not free of scars, but standing firm against the sparks. Higher beneath flame, that's the truth no fire can tame. Through every burn, through every name, I rise again. I am beneath flame. When the world turns black, when the nights grow long, I hold my line, I stay headstrong. No blaze too wild, no ash to claim. The heart lives on, I am beneath flame. I've walked through ruins built from every fear I've known, but never lost the pulse that kept me standing on my own. The fire tried to bend me, tried to soften what I keep, but iron never yields to heat, it only forms more deep. So let the sky turn red again, let storms come from above. My strength was not born out of rage, but out of stubborn love. For every flame that rose to test the weight inside my quiet chest, I answered back without shame. You'll never melt, I am beneath flame. I am beneath flame, a soul too strong for fire's claim. Through smoke, through loss, through every aim, I stay unbroken, higher. I'm beneath flame. Iron beneath flame. I walked on dirt that knew my name, on roads that never stayed the same. The earth beneath my worn-out shoe held every loss I had to choose. Each step was heavy, hard and deep, a truth the ground was built to keep. And though the years have changed my pace, their quiet weight still leaves a trace. The world can shift, the skies can break, but there are memories you can't shake. Some linger close, some cut too deep. And even now the ground still weeps. Not loud, not wild, not begging praise, just whispering through the passing days. I felt the cold of long regret, the kind of man can't soon forget, but buried there beneath the strain, I found a way to hold my name. Not clean of scars, not free of dust, but standing firm because I must. The earth remembers where we've been. It keeps the marks we carry in. But in those cracks, in hidden seams, it also stores the strength unseen. A heart and truth, a deeper sweet, a reason why the ground still weeps. Not out of grief, not out of fear, but honoring the paths lived here. The ground still weeps for every truth a strong man keeps. The ground still weeps for quiet nights that cut too deep. The ground still weeps for promises we couldn't keep. Yeah, but not to break or drag me steep. The ground still weeps. It echoes back the strength I reap. The ground still weeps. A steady pulse beneath my feet. The ground still weeps. I've stood on soil that held my fall, on miles that saw me lose it all. But even then, when I felt small, the earth beneath me stayed my wall. It took the weight I couldn't carry, held steady truths I had to bury. And from that depth a spark would seep, quite a fire, slow but deep. It told me men are shaped by lands that hold their footprints, hold their plans. And though the past may cut and creep, it's proof of what I built to keep. My strength, my grit, my scars, my leaps. The ground remembers, the ground still weeps. The ground still weeps. But through its tears my spirit leaps. The ground still weeps. No pain too old, no not too steep. The ground still weeps. Can't steal the roots I bury deep. Oh, but what it holds is mine to reap. The ground still weeps. A heart and truth of how I keep. The ground still weeps. I rise because the ground still weeps. I've carried weight that left no mark, the kind that settles in the dark, not seen by eyes and known by sound, but felt in every step I found. The world can press, the days can bite, but something in me stayed upright. A quiet force, a steady tune, a pulse that moves like ash runs through. Not fire bright, not burning wild, but something old, something styled from nights that tested what I knew. from storms I faced and somehow grew. And even when the skies withdrew, I held my ground, ash running through. I felt the pull of restless years, the echo soft of buried fears, the kind that linger in the chest, a weight that never lets you rest. But in that dust, in that restraint, I found a strength without complaint. A part of me the wind can't move, a truth I never need to prove. It's carved from grit, from honest tries, from standing firm when others hide. It's not a blaze to chase or woo, it's deeper still, ash running through. A steady warmth beneath the cold, a quiet fire that never falls. Ash runs through the scars, through the days I grew, a hidden light the world once knew, a strength that storms could not undo. Ash runs through, not loud, not sharp, but strong and true, a steady heart that pulled me through, a fire calm where shadows flew. I walked through nights that stole my sleep, through truths too heavy, carved too deep. But even there, beneath the weight, I felt a shift, a change in fate. Not sudden, loud, or meant to stun, just something small becoming stronger. Heat that travels slow and wise, the kind that never truly dies. And when the world fell split in two, I breathed again, ash running through. It kept me sure, it kept me whole, it held the shape of my own soul. A fire cool but never done, a steady glow that stays as one. Ash runs through the part of me that always knew that quiet strength can still renew, a man who stands the whole way through. Ash runs through, a flame refined, a deeper hue, and in that heat, in all I do, arise again, ash running through. Ash running through. I've stood in places built on wind, where every breath felt worn and thin. The sky would twist, the ground would shake, and every choice was mine to make. The storm would rise with open jaws, no mercy given, no quiet pause. But still I held my shape, my form, a man made from the bones of the storm, not built from peace or gentle days, but from the rough and weathered ways, from nights that cut, from hours long, from learning how to stay headstrong. And even when the world seemed torn, I stayed upright, bones of the storm. I've known the weight of thunder's breath, the kind that hums of near regret. The pressure heavy on my chest, the kind of weak a man forgets. But I held tight through every shake, through every doubt I had to take. The storm revealed what stayed inside, a strength that I could never hide. Not loud or proud, not seeking praise, just steady through the longest days. A grit that wind could not deform, a truth carved in the bones of the storm. And through each hit, each cold reform, I learned that I was built to weather more. Bones of the storm, forged where the wild winds twist and swarm. A heart unbroken, calm reborn, held firm inside the darkest form. Bones of the storm, in every trial I've been transformed. No matter how the skies perform, I rise unshaken. Bones of the storm. Walked through echoes sharp and thin, where old mistakes blew back within. But even then I didn't fold. I met the cold, I met it bold. The storm can test, the storm can glare, but storms don't last, and I stay here. I've learned the art of standing tall, while thunder tries to make me fall. A man is shaped in weather's hand, but chooses how he's meant to stand. I chose the path that keeps me warm, a fire built in bones of the storm. And now no wind, no sky unknown can touch the core I call my own. Storm, a strength that keeps my spirit warm. Through shifting skies and trials sworn, I move ahead, refine, reform. Bones of the storm, unmoved by chaos, calm in form. Whatever comes, whatever's born, I walk unbroken. Storm. Bones of the storm. Walked through nights that felt undone, where every shadow weighed a ton. The world was quiet, rough and wide, a cold that settled deep inside. But even there, beneath the dark, I kept a slow and stubborn spark. Not blazing loud, not reaching high, just breathing steady, staying dry. And when the wind would pulling back, I learned to stand instead of fight, to let the silence shape my sight, to watch my thoughts like smoke under moonlight. A drifting trail that never stays, a soft reminder of old days, a whisper moving through the night. My truth like smoke under moonlight. Thick as dust, the kind you hold because you must. Some born from pain, some born from pride, some meant to stay, some meant to hide. But as I learned to breathe again, I saw the man beneath the strain. A man not broken, not defined by quite a wounds life left behind. A man who learned to move despite the weight he held on colder nights. And when the world went out of sight, I watched it change like smoke under moonlight. Soft edges blur, old fears unwind. The low grows lighter in the mind. And though the past still burned its bite, it drifted off smoke under moonlight. Smoke under moonlight, fading slow but holding tight. A piece of me that learned to rise in silver air and shadow skies. Smoke under moonlight, a quiet strength, a hidden fight. It taught me how to face the night and find my calm in dimmest light. I stood alone in colder air, with nothing left but truth to bear. And there I found my core again, a heart rebuilt from where I'd been. Not clean, not new, not free of scars, but stronger than the fading stars. A man who knows his inner sight, who sees his breath like smoke at night. The moon above, the ground below, the kind of peace only hard men know. No need to rush, no need to fight, just breathing slow like smoke under moonlight. And in that breath I felt my soul, a quiet fire still in control. Not gone, not lost, not burning bright, but glowing warm smoke under moonlight. Smoke under moonlight, the God that kept my spirit right. Through every rough and restless night, it carried me toward inner light. Smoke under moonlight, my strength and cold, my calm and fright. A drifting calm is in my sight. I rise again in moonlit night. I've carried scars the world won't see, marks carved deep inside of me. Not wounds that bleed or beg for care, but quiet ones I learned to bear. I've walked through fires meant to break, through nights no sunlight tried to take. But even when the heat ran cold, I found a truth I still uphold, that a man can burn and still survive, can't lose the light but keep the drive. A faded flame, a tempered soul, still burn, still standing, still whole. I felt the weight of fallen days, the kind that strip the shine away. But underneath the ash and wear, I found a strength still breathing there. Not loud or proud, not forged in praise, but built through slow, relentless days. Through choices tough, through staying true, through battles no one ever knew. And when the world would press too hard, I learned to stand, I learned to guard. My fire dim but never died, it lived in bones, it lived inside. And even when I lost control, I woke again, still burn, still whole. soul. The world can strip, the world can roll, but nothing shakes my inner hole. Still burn, still whole. A man rebuilt from what life stole. What tried to fade has made me bold. I rise again, still burn, still whole. I've known the silence after storms, when all that's left are shifting forms. The smoke that lingers cold and slow, the doubt that whispers low below. But even there, I found my name in remnants of the older flame. A steady beat that would not bend, a truth no darkness could suspend. It taught me pain is not the end, it's just the place where men ascend, where grit is carved, where strength is found, where falling feet reclaim the ground. And though the fire changed its role, I'm forged anew. Still burn, still hold. Still burn, still burn, still hold. With ash that shaped, not stole my soul through broken nights and heavy tolls. I learned to rise, I learned to hold. Still burn, still hold. A quieter fire, calm and controlled. Whatever comes, whatever unfolds, I walk this world. Still burn, still hold. Still hold, with ash that shade not stole my soul through broken nights and heavy tolls. I learned to rise, I learned to hold. Still burn, still hold. A quieter fire, calm and controlled. Whatever comes, whatever unfolds, I walk this world. Still burn, still hold. I've walked through days that felt undone, where every step outpaced the sun. The world was dim, the air was warm, and every hope felt slightly torn. But deep beneath the quiet ache, where doubts would rise and tempers shake, I kept a spark I couldn't lose, a flame too stubborn to refuse. It didn't roar, it didn't blind, it lived in corners of my mind. A steady pulse, a truth prolonged, a whisper calling from the fire beyond. Oh, no matter how the shadows grew, that distant glow kept breaking through. I've known the weight of colder years, the silent roads, the subtle fears, the kind that sit inside your chest and test how long a soul can rest. But even then, when nights ran deep and thoughts were heavy, hard to keep, I felt the warmth beneath the strain. a light that lived inside the pain. Not built from pride or borrowed strength, but carved from battles fought at length. It taught me loss, it taught me calm. It held my heart like weathered palms. And through the storms my life has spawned, I kept walking toward the fire beyond. A distant truth, a guiding tone, a glow that said I wasn't alone. The fire beyond, a flame untouched though nights grow long, a light that waits when all feels wrong, a pull that keeps a tired man strong. The fire beyond, not loud or bright but always on, through darkest roads, through breaking dawn, it holds me firm. The fire beyond. Yeah. I've learned that strength is slow to rise. It lives in quiet night and cries. It grows in moments hard to bear, in choosing courage over fear. And through it all I've come to know, the flame in me will always glow. It doesn't rush, it doesn't fade. It's something time itself has made. A deeper heat, a cleaner burn, a fire born from what I've learned. And when the future turns unclear, I won't step back, I won't retreat. I'll follow where my soul is drawn, toward the light of the fire beyond. A place of truth, a place I've grown, a fire forged to be my own. The fire beyond, the strength that keeps me moving on, through shifting ground, through rising dawn. It holds my fate, it keeps me strong. The fire beyond, no storm can steal, no fear can calm. I rise, I walk, I carry on, led by the quiet fire beyond. I've walked through years that carved the name, through broken nights and tempered flame. The world would shift, the sky would fade, but something in me never strayed. A quiet heat beneath the bone, a pulse that stood when I stood alone. Not burning wild, not burning blind, but steady through the changing times. A strength inherited and not a flame that lived through all I learned. No storm could shake what stayed inside. The fire in my bloodline. I felt the weight of gravel days, the kind that test a man for ways. But every loss and every climb left something sharper in my spine. A memory built from grit and strain, a truth that held me through the pain. I learned that men aren't made in gold, but in the nights they must uphold. In silent steps, in grounded tries, in every moment pride denies. And though the years were hard and wide, Yeah, the fire in my bloodline. Fire in my bloodline. A heat that doesn't beg to shine. It moves in shadows, slow refined. A strength that time could never bind. Fire in my bloodline. The quiet force that stays defined. No past can dim, no doubt confined. A flame that's mine, my bloodline. I've walked through echoes of their names, the ones who stood through harder days. Men who fought in smaller ways, who held their ground, who didn't sway. I carry all their quiet fire, their stubborn faith that won't retire. Their calming storms, their steady breath, their courage in the face of stress. And though I walk my own sharp line, I feel their fire flow through mine. A lineage forged in weathered years, in grit, in truth, in conquering fears. Their strength lives on in how I rise, in how I stand, in how I try. It's not in claim or grand design, just fire in my bloodline. Fire in my bloodline. A flame that hums instead of shines. It keeps me warm when the roads decline. A compass carved in heat and spine. Fire in my bloodline. A force no darkness can resign. Through every storm, through every sign, I walk alive with fire in my bloodline. Through days that wore me thin, through storms that tried to break me in. The world would press, the nights would pull, but something in me stayed unmovable. A grounded weight beneath my chest, a fire slow, a silent rest. Not meant to shine, not made to fold, just held together hard and cold. I felt the strain of every road, but never lost my steel-bound soul. It didn't crack, it didn't sway, it held its ground in every day. A quiet force I came to own, a strength that grew from standing alone. I've carried truths I couldn't drop, the kind that tighten as they lock, the kind that teach a man to stay even when the world gives nothing back. But in that weight I learned to breathe, to find the things I still believe. Not in applause, not in demand, but in the steadiness of a man. In holding firm when roads went wrong, in finding calm when I stayed strong. And though the years took their control, they couldn't shake my steel me sharp, it kept me true. It held me up right as I grew. A tempered fire, a quiet hole, the heart inside my steel bound soul. My steel bound soul, a fire that never needed to show. A solid place where storms can't go. A truth no darkness overthrows. My steel-bound soul, forged in the weight of all I know. Through every break, through every blow, it held its line. My steel-bound soul. I've stood in moments meant to test, where even hope felt dispossessed, but still I rose on worn out feet with something steady underneath. A core untouched by doubt or fear, a strength that only grew each year. Not loud, not soft, not seeking praise, just built from all my grounded days. And when the world would take its toll, I leaned upon my steel-bound soul. It carried me through shifting skies, through buried truths and quiet lies. It never faltered, never froze. A man remains by what he chose. My steel-bound soul, the part of me no fire stole. The weight that kept my spirit whole, the heat that lived beneath the cold. My steel-bound soul, a force inside I now control. Through every storm, through every roll, I walk unshaken. Steel-bound soul. I've stood in nights where nothing moved, where every breath felt slow and bruised. The world was quiet, sharp and thin, a cold to reach beneath the skin. But even there, where frost held tight, I felt a flicker, small but bright. Not burning hot, not loud or wide, just something waking deep inside. A single spark the dark couldn't drown, a steady glow I never found. It rose in silence, strong and wise, a truth that whispered cold sparks right. No firestorm, no sweeping flame, just quiet heat, refusing shame. A warmth that lives where shadows stayed a power built. Now I walk through days that took their toll, where doubts grew deep and hard to hold. The kind of weight that bends a man, that asks him if he still can stand. But there beneath the shaking breath, I felt a pulse defying death, a little flame that wouldn't hide, a turning ember still alive. It didn't roar, it didn't shine, it just stayed close, it stayed as mine. The kind of fire time can refine, the kind that grows through grit and grime. And though the cold press hard and wise, I learned the truth. Cold sparks rise, yeah. Not from anger, not from fight, but from the strength to face the night. Cold sparks rise from every place the dark denies, from broken roads and weathered skies. A fire wakes behind the eyes. Cold sparks rise, not loud, not fast, steady flame, no stone can rise. A quiet light that never dies. I've seen the moments that divide, the ones that test what stays inside. And there I found my ground again, a stronger heart, a steadier man. Not chasing heat, not needing praise, just learning how the brave are made. Through every fall, through every try, through every truth I kept alive. The lesson carved in bone and time, the one that kept my spirit prime. That fire lives in colder forms, in hardened hearts and weathered storms. And when the world tries to disguise, the strong remember cold sparks rise. Cold sparks rise. Through quiet nights and long goodbyes, through heavy steps and tired sighs, they keep a man alive inside. Cold sparks rise. Through winter winds and tested lives, no matter how the dark divides, the fire in a strong man rises. I've carried years upon my back, the kind that settle, fade and stack. Life leaves its marks in quiet ways, not in the storms, but in the days. The ones that drag, the ones that slow, the ones no one is meant to know. And still I walk through cold and trust, learning to bear the weight of dust. It gathers soft but sinks so deep into the thoughts a man can't keep. Yet even when it pressed me low, I found a fire beneath the load. A stubborn heat, a rugged must, a strength born from the weight of dust. I felt the grind of worn out roads, the kind that bruise the heavy soul. But every mile I pushed along, for something quiet in my bones. Not shining bright, not standing proud, but steady when the world gets loud. A temper calm, a grounded core, a will that doesn't shake anymore. Dust settled on my skin each day, but never stole my inner flame. And though the world may shift in rust, I learned to breathe beneath the dust, to stand and wait, to hold my ground, to rise when nothing else was sound. The weight of dust can bend a heart, but still it must teach every man to rise and trust. The fire hidden under rust, the weight of dust won't break the ones who learn its touch. It only shapes, it only toughs, it turns soft bones to solid stuff. I've learned that strength is seldom loud. It grows in silence, slow and proud. In patient steps, in darker nights, in moments no one sees or writes. It builds from falls no one recalls, from whispered fears and inner walls. And as that dust kept piling high, I felt my weaker parts subside. What stayed was real, what stayed was mine, a pulse that stood the test of time, a heart not built to shine or boast, but stand its ground when mistakes are closed. A man refined by grit and trust, a soul shaped by the weight of dust. The weight of dust has carved a strength that won't combust. It taught me loss, it taught me trust. It made me rise from what was crushed. The weight of dust now feels like something I adjust. A quiet truth, a steady thrust. I'm stronger from the weight of dust.